How energy influences our multidimensional lives. Hello friends. Today we're to talk about energy. The energy of consciousness. Not the kind that powers your lights. The energy that makes up everything is consciousness. The energy that flows through us all that is consciousness. My name is Ernie. I've spent my life exploring the world. I've climbed mountains. I've fished in deep seas. I've seen war and peace. Through it all, I've learned one thing. Energy or consciousness is the key to understanding life. Look around you. Everything moves. Everything changes. Everything has consciousness. That's energy at work. It's in the trees. It's in the rivers. It's in you and me. But here's the thing. There's more to life than what we see. We live in many worlds at once. We call this multidimensional living. It sounds fancy, but it's simple. We exist in more than one place at a time. Imagine you're not just you sitting here. You're also you in the past. You in the future. You in different worlds. All existing at once. That's what we mean by multidimensional. Now, you might be thinking, Ernie, that's crazy talk. But stick with me. The world is stranger and more wonderful than we know. Scientists have found that tiny things like atoms can be in two places at once. If the smallest parts of us can do that, why not all of us? But let's get back to energy or consciousness. Energy or consciousness is what connects all these different versions of us. It's what lets us tap into our other selves. Think of it like a river. The water is energy. It flows between all the different yous. Sometimes it's a trickle. Sometimes it's a flood. But it's always moving. Now, why does this matter? Because understanding this energy or consciousness can change your life. It can make you stronger, happier, more alive. When we tap into this energy, we can do amazing things. We can heal ourselves. We can find new ideas. We can connect with others in deep ways. But how do we do it? How do we use this energy? It's simpler than you might think. First, we need to pay attention, to be conscious, aware. The world is always talking to us, telepathically. In the rustle of leaves. In the feeling we get when we meet someone new. In our dreams. These are all ways our other selves communicate telepathically. Second, we need to trust ourselves. Our gut feelings. Our instincts, our inner feelings of telepathy, clairvoyance, and precognition. These aren't just random thoughts. They're messages from our other selves. Third, we need to be open to change. Energy or consciousness is always moving. Always changing. We need to be ready to move and change with it. Now, let's talk about some practical ways to work with this energy. Breathing is a powerful tool. When we breathe deeply, we move energy through our body. We connect with our other selves. Try it now. Take a deep breath. Feel the energy move. Visualization is another great tool. Imagine energy flowing through you. See it connecting you to your past and future selves. To other worlds through your consciousness. The more real you make it, the stronger the connection. Writing can also help. Write down your dreams. Your random thoughts. The odd feelings you get. These are often messages from your other selves. But remember, this isn't about escaping our world. It's about living more fully in it. When we connect with our other selves, we bring their strength and wisdom into our daily lives. We become more creative, more self-compassionate, more alive. We see the world in new ways. We find solutions to problems we thought were unsolvable. Now, you might be wondering, Ernie, this all sounds great, but where's the proof? And that's a fair question. The truth is, much of this is beyond what science can measure right now. But throughout history, people have had ideas that seemed crazy at first. Ideas that turned out to be true. The world being round. Invisible waves carrying sound and images through the air. Tiny particles that make up everything. The idea of multidimensional living might seem strange now. But who knows? In 100 years, it might be common knowledge. In the end, what matters is how these ideas affect our lives. Do they make us kinder? Stronger? More alive? If so, then they have value, whether we can prove them or not. So I encourage you to explore. To pay attention to the energy around you and in you. To listen to your other selves. To live as if the universe is bigger and stranger and more wonderful than we can imagine. Because in my experience, it is. The world is not just what we see. It's not just what we can touch. It's a vast, interconnected web of energy and consciousness. And we are all part of it. Now, let's address some questions you might have. Some people might wonder if this is the same as reincarnation. It's similar, but not quite the same. Reincarnation is about classifying living different lives one after another. Multidimensional living is about all those lives existing at once. Ultimately, there is no such thing as time. There is only the eternal present. Another common question is whether we can change the past or future. The answer is yes. Your point of power is always in the present. By connecting with our other selves, we can influence different timelines. But it's not like changing a single, fixed past or future. It's more like tuning into different possible pasts and futures. Some might worry that this is dangerous. That we might lose ourselves in other dimensions. But remember, we're already living this way. We're already connected to our other selves. We're just becoming more aware of it. It's like learning to swim. The water was always there. We're just learning to move through it safely. Now, let's talk about how this understanding can help us in everyday life. Say you're facing a tough situation at work. You can tap into the energy, or consciousness of a version of you that's already solved this problem. You might get a sudden idea. A new perspective. That's your other self helping out. Or maybe you're struggling in a relationship. You can connect with a version of you that's found harmony. You might suddenly find yourself more patient. More understanding. That's the wisdom of your other self flowing through you. For artists, this connection can be a powerful source of inspiration. You're not just creating from your own experiences, but from the experiences of all yourselves. That's why art can feel so much bigger than one person. But it's not just about solving problems or being creative. This understanding can change how we see the world and our place in it. When we realize we're connected to everything, we treat the world differently. We see that harming the environment is harming ourselves. We understand that helping others is helping ourselves. We also see the connections between all people. The barriers of race, nationality, religion start to fade. We're all part of the same energy. All connected in this vast, multidimensional universe. Now, I know this is a lot to take in. It might seem overwhelming. But remember, you don't have to understand it all at once. You don't have to believe it all right away. Start small. Pay attention to your dreams. Listen to your intuition. Take time to be quiet and feel the energy around you. Small steps can lead to big changes. And remember, this isn't about becoming someone else. It's about becoming more fully yourself. All yourselves. It's about living with more awareness, more compassion, more joy. The universe is vast. It's complex. But it's also safe. Because at the deepest level, it's all us. All connected. All one. So go out there. Explore. Connect. Live fully. Not just in this world, but in all the worlds you inhabit. Because in the end, that's what life is all about. It's about experiencing all that we are. All that we can be. This is Ernie, signing off. Remember, the universe is safe. And you are more than you know.